Salvador, the first country in the world to make Bitcoin legal tender, is making Bitcoin history again with this epic move by President Nayib Bukele. What's happening now? Well, we have the full story in just a second. I'm your host, Layah Heilpern, and this is the Exodus Crypto News. When El Salvador announced that Bitcoin is legal tender, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, wasn't too pleased. In fact, the IMF actually acted like a parent scolding their child. They told El Salvador that because of what you did with Bitcoin, we're not going to let you borrow any more money. With these kinds of petty games, it's no wonder why so many people in the crypto space are sick of the traditional financial system. Not being able to borrow money puts El Salvador in a bit of a tight spot, but their financial problems didn't last too long. Just yesterday, President Nayib Bukele announced the world's first Bitcoin bond. So if you are new to the world of finance, a bond is a financial instrument that governments and corporations use to borrow money from investors. Good for $1 billion, El Salvador's Bitcoin bond is going to get broken up into two parts. Half the money, $500 million, will fund the initial development of a new Bitcoin city in the La Union region of El Salvador. Once it's built, the city will have everything you could expect to find in any other city: bars, restaurants, theaters, museums, and even an airport. The second half of the bond is going to be used to buy Bitcoin. That Bitcoin will get locked up for 5 years and act as collateral for the loan. Okay, so in case you haven't realized yet, this is a really big deal. For the United States, $1 billion is nothing, barely enough to keep the lights on for 5 minutes. But there are a lot of other countries where $1 billion still means something. All of those countries, which also need to get loans, are now looking at El Salvador and thinking, holy cow, we can get $1 billion without the IMF and a bunch of other slimy bankers and bureaucrats. This is a game changer. Now, that doesn't mean a dozen other countries are going to issue Bitcoin bonds tomorrow. These things do take time, but give it 6 months or even a year, let the Bitcoin network continue to develop, and another country is going to announce their own Bitcoin bond, and then another, and of course, another. In case it wasn't already obvious, Bitcoin is shaping up to be the world's new financial system, and El Salvador is an amazing example of what is possible once you ditch the banks and go with Plan B. If you want to learn more about Bitcoin City, there's a link above to the Exodus blog, and we'll be publishing an in-depth article very soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and until next time, hodl on.